Well, good afternoon, friends. What's up, man? How you guys doing on this Saturday, slightly after noon? It is literally 12:03 on a Saturday, and I'm trying to live my best life, get as much stuff done as I can. I've got the honey-do list to do with the wife, so I'm gonna put a coat of paint on this stuff before I leave here, and I'm gonna go do some. Need to go to Home Depot and get some wood, and go to Restaurant Depot and buy some food so I can have something good to eat that's keto. I'm trying to save me some money, and of course trying to do these racks right. Randy Sykes, I found your address where you ordered some shot glasses before, and we got your winning from last night. That's going in the mail. Simba, yours is going in the mail today as well. So in a few days, that'll be in your hands. And I'm trying to get another coat of paint on some of this. I'm working on a new type of rack, and I'm hoping to have one finished today so I can see what it actually looks like and see if it works. So I've already done my morning video because that's how I roll. And I was talking about the hypocrisy of Jerry Jones and him having the oil companies that literally are not giving anybody a break during this pandemic. In fact, he's making more money. And I equated that to Dak Prescott and the negotiations that we as fans are saying, Dak, you should take a team-friendly deal, man. Take less money because you're with the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys, you have more opportunities because you're a member of the Dallas Cowboys, so you should take less money. Well, Jerry Jones is a billionaire. He's got the Dallas Cowboys. He's got real estate properties where they're going to add another 800,000 square foot, 2 buildings to his business park. He's got more money than his great-grandson can ever spend. So shouldn't Jerry Jones be giving the people of Texas, the ones that have made him all that money, a discount on the natural gas since they're freezing to death and they don't have the money to pay? And then we have fans out there that are saying it's going to put the Cowboys in salary cap hell if Dak Prescott gets paid. And I've been trying to explain to you guys for months now. For months. About what's about to happen with the salary cap. And my man Q in Houston sent me an article from a business journal where the NFL is already knee-deep in the television contract negotiations. They're actually trying to get the television contracts done before the beginning of the league year. This year. They want it in place. And for those of you out there that are worried about the NFL going broke, oh my God, the salary cap is going to go down. The poor NFL. Mary Sisters of the Poor. They can't pay Dak Prescott. They're broke. Well, here's the interesting things in these negotiations. I've told you about the $3.2 billion that they're going to be getting from gambling. That's your money. That's you making those sucker bets because we all know football's unpredictable. $3.2 billion right there. In fact, this morning I reminded you guys that with that television contract, there will be an 18th week of football. 18th week of games. 18th week of games. We already have more playoff games. That's more money right there. And since the contract negotiations have started, the NFL is telling CBS and ABC and Fox and Disney, which owns ESPN, we'd like to get more money. In fact, We want 100% increase. We want to double what you are paying right now for our product. You know, when the pandemic happened and basketball had to delay their season, baseball and shorten it, and basketball had to delay their season, college football, some of them didn't even have a season. We were there for you guys with a full season of games. You know, some of the highest watched programming in history of television. Majority of it's football. And we're trying to run a business here. So if you want to be part of the family and the business, you're going to play double. Seems like the regular networks say, okay, we cool. Right? Disney, on the other hand, who pays more than the other ones because they have the video rights and everything else, and more exclusive content, and they also want to get a Super Bowl. They're the only ones that are balking and saying, oh no, bro, we ain't paying that kind of money. Although ESPN is looking at a different model. What they want to do is they want to sell streaming capabilities. They want to be able to do more streaming of doing a streaming service to the fans. So let me make sure you understand what I'm saying. The NFL is trying to double the revenue from the regular industries of broadcast, regular media. That's before we start talking to the new partners. One of those things that may not have been noticed by a lot of you was you think about YouTube. You know, every time you go on YouTube, they say free trial for YouTube TV, where they're trying to sell you that streaming service. Well, the NFL made a little deal with YouTube that has the red zone. You actually are a YouTube TV person, you get Red Zone and NFL Network for free. You know how if you use NFL clips and things, if you're a YouTube creator, how automatically it gets shut down? It's because they're a partner of the NFL. And YouTube is looking and saying, we get paid because of the NFL. You're going to see AT&T, which owns DirecTV, want to get out from under the Sunday Ticket because they're not really a streaming service and people don't want cable. All you young people, screw cable. We don't want it. We want to be able to stream it. We want to cater it to what we want to see. I don't need 600 channels where I only watch 5 of them. Why am I going to pay $200 a month for that? I'd rather pay $20 to be able to stream the channels I want to see. NFL recognizes that. That's why they're going to also get a streaming partner. How does this affect everything? Well, dudes, understand the way the salary cap works. Understand how the salary cap works. The salary cap is based off of the players getting 48% of the gross revenue. 48%. That's a lot. So you take that of the gross revenues from the NFL and you divide that by 32 teams. And that's how you get the salary cap. So I pointed out that I worked out the numbers on the gambling, which is $3.2 billion they're estimating. From the gambling alone, if you end up getting $3.2 billion, and that's what we're talking about with the raise in the television contract, roughly. Because I think, the cable networks pay like around $1 billion. I think CBS pays like $980,000 or something like that. But it's about $4 billion currently they get from television contracts. But for the sake of argument, what we'll do is we'll use that 3.2 because I have the numbers in my head roughly. And $3.2 billion a year, if you take 48% of that and then divide it by 32 teams, that's about $48 million. So if the NFL is getting roughly $48 million more a year, that's going to be coming in from gambling. And let's say it's another 48, just hypothetically, that it's another $48 billion more per team because of the television contracts. That's $100 million more on the salary cap. Right there. And that still doesn't include possibly new partners like YouTube or Amazon Prime or Yahoo Sports. So when we look at the salary cap situation and say, Dak Prescott should take a team-friendly deal, the salary cap, and the reason why the players recognize you don't want a long-term deal. So when they start talking about saying, oh, Dak should take a 6-year deal, that's great if you're the Cowboys, if you can lock up somebody for 6 years. But nobody's signing 6-year deals. Matt Ryan was the last one to sign a long-term deal, 6-year deal. Everybody else has been 5. Kirk Cousins is only 2-year extension on his last one. Fair is fair. So, that's all I got to say about that. The NFL is going to get paid. And they're going to be gambling at the stadium. It's going to be more money for all of the owners. And the players, they just want to make sure that they can get a piece of that pie. Oh, and one other thing too. Shit, I almost forgot. Looks like the Carolina Panthers are trying to free up capital to go after Deshaun Watson. And the funny thing is a year or two from now, after all this, hopefully, pandemic has passed and the gate revenue's back and all of these new sources of income are coming in, we'll look back at Deshaun Watson's contract. In fact, we'll look back at Pat Mahomes' contract and say, damn, Pat Mahomes, you got hosed signing a deal for that long. Because it won't be long before you start seeing $100 million quarterbacks. All right. These, in case you're wondering, are going to be coming to you guys, or some of you guys. I am working on getting these racks as giveaways. So if you end up doing a super chat If you end up doing the donation to my Facebook, my GoFundMe for the studio upgrades, one's coming to you. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. I'm trying to not only better myself, but also to spread the mojo, so to speak. I hope you guys are having a great Saturday. And you know, as always, I'm gonna be around. See ya.